that comes out from the socket. This is the socket, okay? The socket has an outer rubberized, for lack of a better word, retainer that stays rolled down, okay? Then you have to look at her skin prior and say, it looks good. There's no areas of redness or breakdown. Okay, and this has been there forever, the bony prominence there. That's normal for her. This purple area is a residual from her wound, but it looks like it's fully healed and just kind of discolored. So we're going to continue to look at that and make sure it doesn't get worse. But what we do is we find the number of socks that we feel that we need to use, and there's different ply socks. This is a 5-ply sock, and the different stripes delineate the size, the thickness of the ply. The larger the number, the bigger the ply. Okay. The goal of the sock is to make sure that when this and this are on her leg, there is total contact. That's what the leg is holding on by, is total contact everywhere but and suction, basically. So it has to be set up right so that it's providing the contact and the suction it should in the way that it should. So one of the markers we use is that the prosthesis should sit right here, right below her kneecap. And she knows to feel for it. So if it's down here, this would mean that there is what, Dolores? If it's down low, would it mean that it's too many socks or too little socks? If it's not going up as far as it should go, it's usually because it's too many socks. So it's too thick and it can't get up where it needs to get up. If it's up here, then that usually implies that it doesn't have enough socks. Her limb has got fluid in it, so throughout the day there's some changes sometimes in the fluid. So you may need to reassess the leg throughout the day for what it needs. It shouldn't be like a constant this, and this, but for a while it may be. But the thing that we do when we start with her is we're going to start with doing very short intervals of time and slowly increase the time frame so that we can catch anything before it becomes a real big problem. So when she wears it, she would wear it for 10 to 15 minutes, and she can stand on it and do the things that she needs to do on it. And then I would take it off and inspect everything and see how it looks. And then later on in the afternoon, do the same thing. And then if everything looks good, add 15 minutes. And it's a little bit more conservative than we usually do, but we've had issues and we don't want to go there again. So I would do a half hour if everything looked good, and a half hour, and then 45 minutes and 45 minutes until eventually you're at a full day. Basically, you're just basically coming into a full day. And at that point, she's doing really good. So typically I start with 5-ply, and the seams on a sock always go on the outside.
That's the liner goes first.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry.
That's okay.
And Jay's having a cold, so she's having a hard time too. So the liner goes on first, and she usually can help with that.
No.
No? I thought you were helping with that.
No, not with that.
Okay. So I roll it down. Okay. And try to get it so it's easier to roll back on. And then I visualize what's the distance between here and here. So this piece should be up here if it's on right? So if it's here, I don't have it on right. And if it's further, it won't be further, but so we want to make sure that it's on correctly. So we put it all the way up. Got lucky chair. Thank you. And wiggle yourself in. Hold on, I'm going to fold it down a little bit more because it's harder to get on than I thought. And this is tight because is this the newer one or the sleeve the newer one?
The new one.
I think the sleeve is new. Not this part.
No, that's not new.
This is not new.
But this is a different liner than I had before.
Okay, so you're going to push this in. Put your leg in this. And it doesn't want to go.
Is it swollen?
It's been a while, so. It shouldn't be this difficult, but sometimes you have changes.
No.
No? Should not be this difficult. Okay, well, this isn't a perfect setup, obviously. Well, I don't think it's my brace. It shouldn't be that causing the problem. Look, just in case. Oop, it's not a brace. This is odd.
It is.
Yeah.
Can you turn it the whole way inside out? And like,
You can.
you know, to put it on the bottom and then see if it'll roll that way.
You can, but you shouldn't have to.
Okay.
We never had to do that ever before. I mean, we can.
It went on very easily.
Yeah, it usually slides on really easily. So we can try that, but you're still left with.
Here it sounds like.
Yeah, it's coming. I mean, it's a good idea. I mean, it's not how I usually do it, but
Okay.
I also feel down here, and I feel firm stuff. So I know we're on tissue, and that's important. You don't want to have a pocket between there and the other. So I'm rolling it up. You don't want to have any folds, and I'm almost pushing you back out of the chair.
That's okay. I'm holding up under the wheel and
Okay.
pushing down.
So this is where we roll it up because it's easier to do it that way. But this part has to go up over her skin so that the sleeve attaches to this, and that's what causes the friction and the ability for it to stay. So,
Can I feel it?
so you can feel it's firm.
Am I pushing on your leg?
She wouldn't really be able to tell you that much because she doesn't
Okay.
have really good sensation down there.
Okay.
But you are. I mean, because you can feel. Remember where that bony prominence was?
Yeah, okay.
So I know visually, because I paid attention visually, I know visually how it should be,
Okay.
right? So that helps. So now that Jay remembers where the sock goes, we're going to put the sock on. And again, has to go on smoothly, just like anything with diabetics. You want to make sure there's no wrinkles, okay? And again, no distance between the sock and the socket. I mean the socket. Let me think. Let's try just this and see if this is enough. So this is a trial and error thing because I haven't put it on in a while, so I can't eyeball it quite the same. But I bring this has to come down to here, and this part here goes across where her condyles are up here.
Okay.
So right about here is where they should hug. So when you put this on, she slides in it. And I'm going to put it down so you can sit down on it a little bit better.
Is it going on?
Not very much. That's why I'm thinking maybe you're really swollen more because everything's a little tighter today.
Yeah.
Let's go to a 3-ply because it shouldn't be this difficult to get on. I mean, I know I have a cold and I'm a little
That's
weird
okay.
today, but still.
That's okay.
Let's
Is
check
there a
for
3-ply there? I have that bag and I don't know where they put it. They're white plastic bags. They have ability written on them.
Yeah, what's here?
There's a bag right there. That's trash.
Yeah.
What's in that
It's
bag?
like a thicker white bag. Plastic bag.
Could they be back in the closet, Heather?
I don't know. Let me
They're
stop.
too big. Being told every day that